One of the very first video games I ever played was Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2 at a young age of 5 years old. I remember when my dad got it for me and him playing the game with me a couple of times. It will need to be my personal favorite game of all time and is widely regarded as the king of Spider-Man games, even with notable additions like Ultimate Spider-Man and Web of Shadows releasing afterwards. So 14 years later, my most anticipated game for the past 2 years has been released, and I have already platinumed the game. And it should be noted that that is very rare for me. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Real Deal Dude and it's finally here, y'all. The Spider-Man game we've all been waiting for. Made by the talented folks over at Insomniac, developers of Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, and Resistance. And don't forget Sunset Overdrive, but we kinda all forgot about that. But was the hype surrounding Marvel Spider-Man overwhelming for what it is? This won't be a normal review like a few of my other ones. I'm not just gonna review on what makes it a great game, but based on the criteria of what makes it a great Spider-Man game. And we're going to start off with the Traversal. So some Spider-Man games from the past and modern times have been linear styled, such as Shattered Dimensions. The first Spider-Man movie game that came on PS2, I had that one as well. And others have been open world to define how Spider-Man really moves around. The first one being Spider-Man 2. With Insomniac's older take on Spider-Man, he is way more experienced with web swinging, web zipping, diving, maneuvers, wall climbing, wall running, and it shows from the jump. Web swinging here is the most fluid that has ever been and is fun for as long as you play the game. Combined with aerial tricks you can do like rolling, twisting, web zipping, holding L2 and R2 to zip to a point that you pick by yourself, and then bounce off of it and either transition back into swinging or zip somewhere else is the most satisfying feeling. And like a lot of other people have said, sometimes they're therapeutic, like going through fire escapes, crane tunnels, etc. There is an animation for it and it's perfect. Combat. With it being heavily inspired by the Arkham series, the combat is also something that will take time for you to master and have you thinking quickly on what you want to do one move after another. You have a number of gadgets you can use, like my personal favorite, the web bomb, spider drone, and the good old web shooters. You also have suit powers that you get from unlocking suits throughout the game. There's 28 suits in the game, I think I can remember. I almost said 30, but it's 28. I pre-ordered the game, so I was able to access the Infinity War Iron Spider suit from the beginning, or after you beat the first mission. And the suit power it came with was the iron arms, and using them in combat is a blast. The best Spider-Man combat since Web of Shadows in my opinion. Graphics. I played Spider-Man on an original PlayStation 4 from 2013, and the game looks amazing. Maybe better than God of War, maybe not. It of course looks better on the PS4 Pro because of the checkerboarded 4K resolution, but when I watched the comparison I was surprised that there wasn't any drastic differences, which is great. Spider-Man's suit, the motion capture, New York City, everything is very beautifully detailed and photorealistic.
Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.
The game even has interior spaces you can look into when climbing up a building. They also really shine when you go into photo mode too, which I surprisingly have gotten really good at. I mean, this thumbnail that you clicked on the video was made in photo mode. I have never used a photo mode in any game until Spider-Man.
You hurt? You're Spider-Man. You're the amazing Spider-Man. You're the spectacular Spider-Man.
And a few other choice adjectives Jameson uses. Look, that was really brave. But next time, leave the fighting to the pros, okay?
Okay, but what if there aren't any around?
Well, you can't just go swinging at someone twice your size. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fight guys stronger than me all the time, but when I do it, I have...
Oh, like that time you fought Rhino on the Brooklyn Bridge? That was so awesome.
Perfect example. If the other guy's bigger, you gotta be quicker. Okay?
Okay, but that's easy for you to say. Sorry, I just can't do what you do.
All right, put him up.
Seriously?
Yeah, come on. First thing, don't let the adrenaline get to you. Breathe slow, breathe deep, relax. Hip square to your opponent. Let them make the first move. Now use your feet. When they go off balance, look for an opening. Boom.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, only this time, just let me have it. Right on the jaw, okay? I can...
Oh, sorry.
No. It's all good. You keep that up and you'll be fine. All right, lesson's over. Gotta go.
Hey, thanks. You know.
Anytime.
Just punch Spider-Man.
Story.
His guard's down.
I knew the story would be good. Man, is it amazing. This is the best new original story from Spider-Man in a while. Maybe better than Homecoming's story and twist. I don't know. It feels like something that could be put in theaters. I would say the voice acting is great, but you can't even say voice acting like that anymore.
You want me to beg? Not gonna happen!
The world will know the truth before they mop you off the pavement.
Go! Ah!
Tell them what you did.
I never...
Everything you have is built on lies! Lies! You stole my company, my ideas! Now, the truth.
The truth. Okay. The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me! The truth is, you could never accept that I'm better than you! You're a failure, Otto! And you always will be!
When the motion capture is like just flawless, they're just naturally giving their performances. And like, since I'm an actor as well, you can just tell that they was giving everything in their performances. Yuri Lowenthal, who you might know voices Sasuke from Naruto. I don't watch Naruto, probably a couple times I have. He voices Spider-Man, and he's added to the great list of Spider-Man voice actors here ever. As he balances an older Peter Parker who has real adult problems now, like you'll see in the game, he's going through some stuff. Now, unlike Tom Holland's, Tobey, and Andrew Garfield's Peter, where he's mainly in high school and college, this Peter is just getting out of college. But look, don't get it twisted. He's still funny and he'll still talk that stuff.
Nice entrance. Solid 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Mary Jane, Aunt May, and my boy Miles Morales all appear in the game, as well as Spidey's iconic roles gallery like Electro, Rhino, Shocker. Just off the top of my head, I believe that everybody here gives an absolute great performance. A lot of people's character arcs are really well developed here. and it's clear that Insomniac has a real love and care for the character and the universe surrounding Spider-Man. One person in particular gave probably the best performance I have seen in a video game. Might be rivaling Kratos, the new Kratos from God of War 4. But if you haven't played the game, then I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You'll be surprised. Like, the devs over at Insomniac, they hit this character really well. Similar to how Marvel Studios did with Infinity War and a few other movies that they put out recently. Speaking of movies, be on the lookout for some pretty cool references to the Raimi trilogy, as well as the Spider-Man 2 video game that we all know and love.
That totally worked last time.
So be on the lookout for them when you see them. The story honestly feels like if you put all of his appearances in Marvel movies and TV shows, his best stories, and put them into one game, this is what you get. It's all here. The cinematography and camera angles are the best I have seen in the video game as well. Possibly better than some of the movies as well. Lastly, the game soundtrack. Oh my god. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. His theme song for this one is going to be just as remembered as his others. Honestly, it picks up at like the perfect times. The guys that composed this, bravo, y'all did amazing. Slight negatives. Now I know I've been praising this game for just about everything that you would have thought. It was literally done perfectly. This is a review, and I gotta call out a couple of things that were kind of weird to me. Sometimes wall crawling didn't feel as smooth, like when I'm trying to initiate it. You don't have to press circle or anything, you had to just push up against it with the left thumbstick. Feels kind of weird sometimes it works well, sometimes it's a little bit clunky, but probably something I can fix. And it's a little confusing when you're climbing down towards the wall, like the sticks kind of invert, so it was a little confusing. This being an open world game, there's gonna be a few bugs, like one time I spawned inside of a building. Kind of weird. Sometimes I got inside of a building that I wasn't supposed to be in. Nothing game breaking though, nothing silly or crazy like that. Other than that, that's all you can maybe consider as a negative, but it's really, really minor. It does not detract from the experience, other than maybe reloading the checkpoint or two, but that's it. I also just finished the game on Spectacular, and it's really not hard to beat. It just wasn't hard at all. Because the first time I played through, it was on Amazing. You never know how hard it would be at first. But I don't know if it's because I platinumed the game, that I know the combat in and out, or that just wasn't too much of a upgrade on the ability that enemies can take you down. But it wasn't really hard. I've only died probably 3 times playing the entire game at all. So hopefully the new game plus comes in soon. I kind of want a little bit of a challenge. Final verdict. Look, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is currently my game of the year, and God of War 4 is my game of the year earlier, okay? This is especially the real deal. It's worth literally every single penny, okay? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I've been a Spider-Man fan since I was a little boy. I guess I felt more connected to everything. But even the side missions were as good as the story. And it's guaranteed to be a console seller. It's already Sony's fast-selling exclusive this year. So look, go pick it up. I might do a spoiler review also, so stay tuned just in case. But I tend to say stay tuned and never put anything out. That's me. If you enjoyed my review of Marvel Spider-Man, go ahead and click that like button, favorite it, share, you know the deal. If you want to see more content from me, go ahead and hit that sub button as well as the notification button, so YouTube maybe snitch on me whenever I upload. I don't know. It barely works nowadays, apparently. Until next time, though, peace out.